when I hear the black left, right, I know the black left is not a monolith, just like the black vote is not a monolith, right? Black community, if it even exists, is definitely not monolithic. You know, what do you feel? What do you think in terms of commonalities, in terms of what we have in common, the solidarity that we may have with people who have our same skin color in the Black Miss Leadership class compared to people who might be white, might be Asian, might be whatever, but they have some of the same economic plights that we have? Where do you see alliances and perceptions of alliances based on skin?
Well, let me just break one thing down based on numbers. Okay. If Antonio Moore, who he does he does videos for Your Black World and stuff too. You really need to check his stuff out, right? If you haven't. One of the things that he broke down is that the black elite, the black rich, the top 5% of black people have like $350,000 in assets. Okay. That usually breaks down to like your mama got one house and a rental property or something.
Yep.
The black people with middle income have about $1,700 in the bank. That's no money. Like, so stop telling me that we have a black elite class. We have a few NFL players, a few basketball players, and a few celebrities, and that's it. That's like such a nominal number that it's not even worth speaking. Most black people don't have money. Like, so this idea of black wealth and the idea that we even have black wealth is something we need to kind of like disabuse ourselves of. We really don't. You know, so we really should be on the same side, but we're not, because we have a lot of black people who kind of think they're white because they have golf pants and go out to the golf course and buy cigars. So they really think like, they don't even think they poor anymore. Like, I got money. Just because you can go to a restaurant and sit down at Applebee's and sit next to white people, you think you got money like they got money. But he's about to inherit something from his grandma. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have that. So I think we have to kind of get our mind right first. Like, that is like, to me, that is like the first thing. But I do think in terms of the black left, like the black left has to be open to coalition, to building coalition with people who kind of feel the same way. The black left also has to be open to kind of, you know, educating regular black people about stuff that, you know, about, you know, what this really means. And I know that like having that conversation is sometimes hard. And that's why I try to have the conversation now. And I got to thank Antonio for this a lot of times. It's like not about the idea, but having the conversation about the numbers. Okay, here are the numbers. Tell me again how we got money. Looking at those numbers, you have entire neighborhoods. You have entire neighborhoods, white neighborhoods, where everybody in the neighborhood is stable. Everybody in that neighborhood got a few $100,000 or $100,000. You don't have that in the black community. We don't have communities like that. You might have that in one spot in LA or somewhere. You don't have that in Atlanta. You don't have that in Prince George's County. Did you see what the subprime mortgage did to Prince George's? So this whole idea of having money, I think, is part of the whole problem. We really understand that we are poor, and it's great if we could just align with other people who are poor as well. You know, as opposed to being like we have this elite class. We really don't. We got a few Negroes who kind of got caught up, got put on, and most of the time when they got put on by somebody white. And if the white person wants to pull that string back, it's over.
Yeah, we see that, right? Let's take Melissa Harris Perry, for example. Like, and it may not have been an extreme example of wealth opportunity, but it was definitely an opportunity where a string got pulled, and now that opportunity is no longer there. Like, whether it's wealth or whether it's just a platform, right? It's the black community owns so little and controls so little of their destiny that it's just amazing. It's the perception. I think one thing I heard you saying, it's like this perception of wealth. It's the ability to look wealthy. It's the ability to smoke the cigars and go to the golf course and have that feeling of wealth that has fooled us. And
with
now
nothing backing it up.
Nothing to back it up. No, and what you say, what the average, I believe I read on Anthony Moore's piece that the average black woman has $1,700 in savings. Like not even.
Like 100.
I'm sorry, 100.
Single black women have like $100.
And what blows me away, Yvette, is that it's black women who are the biggest champions of Hillary Clinton. And that blows my mind, because when you look at the state of black wealth, you cannot say that this system is okay as it is. You just can't derive that. You can't derive that conclusion, rather. But they have. And they've done it so successfully that now they're able to paint Bernie Sanders as the person that has a race problem. Bernie Sanders is a person who doesn't understand the black community, and Bernie Sanders just doesn't get it. But Hillary Clinton, I read an article, Hillary Clinton is a sister. how, I mean, I don't want to keep saying how does this happen, but it really shows you that people like you, and I'm going to confess, people like you and Glenn Ford and the Black Agenda Report and the Black Left have been saying it for a long time. And you know, where we part ways a little bit is with Barack Obama. But now when you see how craftily Obama has been used to maintain this system that has raped and pillaged the Black community, you can't do anything but say y'all were right and y'all told me so. I'll leave it at that. let me play this clip of Bill Clinton. Let me show you how quickly they pivot from how quick